Hi, I'm Gemma Craven.
And I'm Jeffrey Cologne.
And welcome to the Wednesday Word on Social. On Thursday, but it's still the Wednesday Word. And hi, today we're going to be talking about hashtag marketing and social media. Jeffrey, many stories have come to the fore of hashtag campaigns on Twitter that have gone wrong. Companies such as McDonald's, RIM, and Qantas have all felt the brunt of detractors in social media. So we wanted to talk some more about hashtag marketing, discuss some best practices that brands can really implement today. But I wanted to start off with asking, what is a hashtag?
So a hashtag is Twitter's internal filing system. So whenever you want to categorize a particular topic, you can choose a particular word. So you might say hashtag your brand name, and then whenever you search for that particular hashtag, you can find all of that information within Twitter. It almost acts as a SEO engine within Twitter itself.
Right. So, I mean, how many hashtags should I be using in a tweet?
Best practice, you probably should keep it to one, at most two. Also, because of the 140 character nature of Twitter, you don't want to have too many because it takes up your character count.
Mm-hmm. So why would I use one? Still don't understand why a brand might want to use a hashtag.
A good way really to just sort of track the activity around a particular campaign. So if you have a product launch, you might want to use the hashtag of the product name that the brand is involved in promoting, and then that way they can actually track and see how many what the sentiment is, what the word is, without having to do like a deep dive using listening software.
So we've seen some high-profile stories around brands that really felt the brunt of a hashtag campaign gone bad. McDonald's is one of the most recent victims with their McD stories. But what did they do wrong? They were trying to tell the stories of their employees and with using an innocent hashtag. What went bad?
I think their intentions were good, but I think what they didn't realize is people are going to always look at a hashtag and try to co-opt it for humor. So in this case, you had people tweeting McD's story. I found a bug in my French fries one time, or I saw the cook not wash his hands, and of course that all this information got out on Twitter and sort of made McDonald's look bad.
Another one that struck me was Qantas. At the end of last year, they used the Qantas luxury hashtag to encourage awareness around their premium cabin offering. Mm-hmm. Yet, unfortunately, they did this at a time when the airline had grounded many of their planes and they were in a huge dispute with their unions, which meant, again, the hashtag did go wrong. So I can see why that would be an issue. So with this risk, when should a brand use a hashtag, if at all?
I think brands should use hashtags at all times. It's part of the nature of Twitter. It really helps file within the engine and platform itself. They should just be cautious of exactly what they pick. It shouldn't be too campy. It shouldn't be something that could be perceived the wrong way by the public at large. It shouldn't be something that could be co-opted. So whenever a brand team thinks of a hashtag, they should actually run it through the mill to make sure, can this be co-opted in any form possible? And if the answer is no, then that's what they should go out with.
Mm-hmm. So, in terms of ongoing use, I think creating discussions around campaigns, as you'd mentioned before, but also joining other conversations, things such as the World Cup or the Royal Wedding last year was a great opportunity for brands to sort of enter into the bigger conversation. How would you manage any specific risk? What would be your advice?
Well, I think with anything, in real-time social media, you have to constantly monitor what people are saying around your hashtag, and if there's anything that's going on that starts to take a terrible turn, it's always easy to sort of pull out in terms of the brand can stop tweeting, or they could just use another hashtag. A lot of times it really is a 24/7, 365 type of situation where you really just sort of have to see what people are saying at all times and monitor what the conversation is.
What do you think about piggybacking some of the more humorous hashtags that we use daily on Twitter? There's a kind of subtext to many tweets with hashtags such as FML that are used to give that kind of humorous commentary within the 140 characters. Do you think that's right for brands to try and use those humorous hashtags?
I mean, I think for FML not funny, because I mean you're dealing with something that I don't think a brand wants to be associated with that lingo. But things like FTW, which stands for the win, which is video language lingo. That's fine. I mean that's something that a lot of it's sort of a family slang now, so to speak, and it really can't be co-opted. So you just have to be cautious of what slang you want to center yourself around, and things that obviously are a little more dirty in nature. It's just best for brands not to go there.
Sure. Do you think hashtags should be branded?
I mean, I think some brands, if they can own a hashtag that can live in perpetuity, that they don't have to create another hashtag for a really long time. I think it's a good situation. I think it's something that they can take advantage of, and then that way, when people are searching about a particular company, they can sort of see what's going on. I mean, you have to remember it's not just from the brand perspective, but the user perspective really enjoys hashtags because they can actually look up things and see what are people saying about an event or a product launch or a brand, and people listen to strangers more than ever. We know this from research. People listen to what strangers have to say and make purchasing decisions off that.
Great. So my final question to wrap up, if we were going to leave our listeners with a couple of best practices, what would be yours in terms of hashtag use?
So pick a hashtag that is easy to use, short, unique. Take into consideration that when people retweet, you don't want a long, 12-character hashtag, because people are going to have to constantly edit your tweet in order to retweet based on your long hashtag. And then think of something that gives your brand identity, that ties in with your brand message. That also can also sort of be fun, but not too crazy in terms of people being able to co-opt it.
And my two would be really make sure that you monitor your hashtag program when in market. As Jeffrey was saying, that the need for this to be 24/7 is very clear. McDonald's actually pulled their McD stories within hours of it going live to change the flow. But also don't be scared to experiment. I think that this is a medium that is very immediate, and making sure that you don't let the fear of any brand jacking stop any hashtag and tweet campaigns is definitely key. Great. Well, thanks, Jeffrey. This has been the Wednesday Word. We'll see you next week.